Miss Turner's class. You need help with homework? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you. It's Miss Turner's class. What about if you didn't understand something in class? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you.
Hey you guys, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, we're focusing on Module 1, Lesson 5, where we'll be comparing numbers based on meanings of the digits using greater than, less than, or equal to. And this is coming from the same standard of our previous lesson, 4.NBT.2. Let's get started. You guys, we need some help. Well, I need some help. I have two friends, Kwame and Nala. Now, Kwame and Nala's father packed both of them lunches for the first week of school. However, even though he used the same ingredients, Kwame and Nala began arguing because they did not believe that he packed an equal amount of ingredients in each person's lunchbox. Can you help me compare? Awesome. Let's go ahead and place our ingredients on a chart so that we're able to see all of the ingredients and compare them easier. So, it looks like Kwame and Nala both have juice boxes, Oreos, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and apples. You guys, let's start all the way at the far left of this chart as we're comparing to see if both friends have an equal amount of ingredients, an equal amount of food. So, I noticed that Kwame has one juice box, and Nala has one juice box. Is that equal? Yes, it is in fact equal. So let's keep moving. I'm going to cross out those juice boxes because both Kwame and Nala have an equal amount of juice boxes. Now let's move to our next part in our chart. Let's move to the Oreos. Kwame, it looks like, has 1, 2, 3, 4 Oreos, whereas Nala, it looks like, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Oreos. Is that equal? No, not at all. Who has more Oreos? Kwame or Nala? Yeah, Nala has more Oreos. So we're going to circle the part in the chart that shows the number of Oreos that Nala has because Nala has more Oreos than Kwame. We can stop here, you guys, because just by looking at this part of our chart, we know that our friends have an unequal amount of ingredients in their lunch. We know that Nala has more ingredients in her lunch, which means that Nala's ingredients are greater. Nala has more ingredients. You guys, let's now use the same chart to compare numbers. In this problem, we're going to be comparing these two numbers. Before we do, we're going to have to place our numbers on our chart the same way we place our ingredients on our chart. This is so that we're able to separate and group our numbers based on its place value. So if we look back at our previous chart, we grouped our ingredients based on what they were, right? We grouped all of our Oreos together, all of our PB&Js together, our apples. Numbers are the same thing. This time we're going to be grouping them based off of their place value. So let's do that for this first number, 909,013. In order to do this, I'm going to have to place my numbers starting in the ones place. What number is in the ones place in the number 909,013? You read my mind. A 3. Now that I've filled in, or now that I've identified the number in the ones place in my first number, all I have to do is just fill in the rest of my number. Before my 3 is my 1. Before my 1 is a 0. Before my 0 is a 9. And before my 9 is a 0. And before my 0 is a 9. Now let's do the same thing for our second number. What number is in the ones place in my second number? Absolutely, a 0. Now, same as before, let's fill in this place value chart. Before my 0 is a 3, Before my 3 is a 1. Before my 1 is a 9. Before my 9 is a 0. And before my 0 is a 9. Now that we filled in our place value chart, our numbers are lined up perfectly. We're now ready to begin comparing. Now you guys, before we begin comparing, it's very important where we start comparing. I want to know, do you think we're going to start comparing in our smallest place value or our largest place value? What do you think? Our smallest place value or our largest place value? I see some friends with the right answer. That's right. I'm going to start comparing in my largest place value. So let's look at this place value chart. Which place value represents my largest place value? Yeah, my 100,000s. I know this because if I were to look at my 100,000s place, my numbers go all the way up to the 100,000s. So my friends, I'm beginning in my 100,000s place. Now that I've identified the place value that I'm going to start comparing my numbers, it's now time to compare my numbers. I'm comparing the number 9 and the number 9. Which one is greater? Yeah, they're both equal. So if they're both equal, you guys, we're just simply going to move to our next place value. Now I'm in the 10,000s. I have 0 10,000s and 0 10,000s. Which one is greater? Yeah, they're both equal again. So now I'm moving on to my next largest place value. I'm in my thousands. I have 9,000s and 9,000s. Which one is greater? That's right. They're both equal again. So now I'm moving on to my next largest place value. I'm now in my hundreds. I have 0 hundreds and 100. Which one is greater? Yeah, my 1 is greater than my 0 because 100 is greater than 0 hundreds. So I'm going to circle the number which value is greater. So I know that now that I've identified which value is greater, I know that my bottom number is greater. So 909,130 is greater than 909,013. So I know that I'm going to be placing my inequality symbol, my greater than symbol, facing 909,130. If it helps you guys to remember where to place that symbol, imagine that symbol is an alligator. The alligator always eats the biggest number, the bigger number. So you can draw teeth on that symbol. And so my alligator is eating 909,130 because it's greater. Let's keep practicing. We're slowly getting it, you guys. Let's try this problem. 201,534 compared to 210,534. Same as before, we have to fill in our numbers on our place value chart. Do you remember where we're going to start filling in our numbers? What place value am I going to start filling in my numbers? That's right. I'm going to start filling in my numbers in the ones place because I want to make sure those numbers are lined up perfectly. So let's look at my first number. In my first number, what number is in the ones place? Good job. 4. Same as before, just fill in the rest of your number. 3 comes before my 4, my 5 comes before my 3, My 1 comes before my 5. My 0 comes before my 1. And my 2 comes before my 0. Let's do the same thing for our second number. Same as before, what number represents the ones place? That's right, 4. Now let's fill in the rest of our number. 3, 5, 0, 1, 2. All right, my loves, now it's time to begin comparing. I wonder if you remember from our previous problem. What place value am I going to start comparing in? My smallest place value or my largest place value? What do you think? That's right. I'm going to begin comparing in my largest place value. What place value is that? What place value represents my largest place value? You're right again, my 100,000s. So I'm going to begin comparing right here. Let's begin. I have 200,000s and 200,000s. Which one is greater? That's right, I tried to trick you. They're equal. So we're going to move on to our next largest place value. I'm now in my 10,000s. I have 0 10,000s and 1 10,000. Which one is greater? Yeah, my 1 10,000s is greater than my 0 10,000s. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm circling my 1 10,000s. You guys, we don't have to do any more work. We've now identified the number that is greater. So I know that 210,534 is greater than 201,534. What number is my greater than symbol going to face? Is it going to face my number on the left or my number on the right? That's right, it's going to face my number on the right. I know this because, remember you guys, my greater than symbol faces the largest number. And as before, if you want to put those alligator teeth in to remind you that the alligator eats the largest number. Let's try this problem. Same as before, we're going to go ahead and start writing these two numbers on our place value chart. You already should know, as we've worked through multiple problems, that I'm beginning to write in my numbers in the ones place. So I'm going to go ahead and fill my number in on my place value chart. And I'm going to do the same thing for my second number. I'm beginning in the 100,000s place. Now let's start comparing. 300,000s, 300,000s. Which one is greater? That's right, they're both equal. Now let's move to our next largest place value. 10,000s, 0 10,000s, 0 10,000s. Which one is greater? Right again, they're both equal. Now let's move on to our next largest place value. 3,000s, 3,000s. Which one is greater? Right again, they're both equal. You guys, we're now on to our hundreds. We've noticed so far that all of our place values are equal. Let's continue to move throughout our place value chart until we find a place value that has a number that's greater. I'm on to my hundreds, 200s and 200s. Which one is greater? They're equal too? Oh my goodness. Let's move on to our tens. 3 10s, 3 10s. Which one is greater? Yeah, they're equal as well. Last place value, our ones. 9 ones, 9 ones. Which one is greater? They're equal as well? So I wonder what symbol I'm going to put at the top of my, when I'm comparing these two numbers. If I notice all my digits are equal in each place value, would I use greater than, less than, or equal to? What symbol? You read my mind. I would use the same thing, equal to. 303,239 is equal to 303,239. Let's try one more problem. In this problem, you guys, we have multiple numbers that we're going to have to compare. So before, all we did was break our place value chart in half. This time, we're going to have to break our place value chart into 1, 2, 3 fourths to make sure that there's space for all of our digits to accurately compare them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same as before, we're going to write all of our numbers on our place value chart, starting in our ones. So in my first number, 1,450, what number is in my ones place? Yeah, 0. And then fill in the rest of your number. 1,776, what number is in my ones place? Yeah, that's right, 6. And then fill in the rest of your number. 1,670, what number is in the ones place? Right again, 0. And then fill in the rest. And the last one, 1,483. What number is in the ones place? Good job, 3. And then fill in the rest of your place value chart. Now that I've identified where those numbers go on my place value chart, it's now time, you guys, for me to compare all of my place values. As always, I'm starting in my largest place value. So what place value am I going to start comparing in? You guys are so smart. That's right. I'm going to begin comparing in my thousands place. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Uh-oh. Which one is greater? Yeah, they're all the same. They're all equal. So we're now going to move on to our hundreds. 400s, 700s, 600s, 400s. Which one is greater? Yeah, my 700s is greater. So I know that 1,776 is my largest number. It's my greatest number. So I'm going to go ahead and write that at the bottom under greatest. But let's look back at this hundreds place. What's my second greatest number? I have 400s, 600s, 400s. What's my second greatest? Right again, 600s. So that means that 1,670 is my second greatest number. You guys are so smart. Now I have 400s and 400s. Which one's greater? That's right, they're equal. So we're going to now cross those digits out and now move on to our next largest place value. So we now have 2 numbers left that we have to compare. Let's move to our tens. 5 tens, 8 tens. Which one is greater? Yeah, absolutely. 8 tens is greater. So that means that 1,483 would be our next greatest number, which means that my least or my smallest number is 1,450. 50. Thanks for watching our video.